There's no point in me getting up.
Don't be ridiculous.
I haven't got a job to go to.
Well, go out and get one then.
It's not like a loaf of bread, you know. Jobs aren't exactly stacked up for my selection.
At your age.
All right, don't rub it in.
Oh, I'm sure there's a job for you somewhere. You're just not looking in the right places.
And you know the right places, do you?
Well, I know they're not under the duvet.
I'll get it at my own time. And I've certainly got plenty of that to choose from.
Oh, look, why can't you be more positive?
There's very little to be positive about.
There is.
Like what?
You've got me. Oh. Doesn't that mean something?
It means I get a lot of hassle instead of having a lie-in.
But you're not having a lie-in, are you? You're having a sulk. Sets a very bad example.
I don't have to make examples anymore. Your children have left home.
Hannah will be back in the holidays.
Well, I'll get up in the holidays.
Surely you don't want anyone to see you in this state.
What state?
Wallowing in self-pity.
Oh, you'll be summoning Joe back from Florida for an inspection next, I suppose.
But, excuse me, but he would be very worried if he saw you like this.
Only if you thought it would affect his allowance.
Well, it will, won't it, if you don't get up and get a job? Oh, all right, fine. You lie there feeling sorry for yourself.
I'm trying to.
I'm so glad you phoned, Faith. It's such a pleasure having lunch with a woman again.
Are you growing a beard, Richard?
No. I just haven't shaved for a few days, that's all. There's no point. It doesn't matter what I look like anymore.
Of course it does. You're the editor.
Nobody likes me very much.
I'm sure that's not true.
Marjorie doesn't like me.
Well, it's not you she doesn't like. It's the affair you had with Liza.
And Liza doesn't like me anymore.
You see, there is a bright side.
I'm a lonely man, Faith.
Well, I like you, Richard.
Do you?
Yes, and Bill does.
Oh, how is old Bill? I miss him, you know. We were a good team. Now I've got this pigtailed youth who wants everything minimalist and monochrome.
Oh, you're not happy with your new art editor, then? What sort of contract has he got?
Well, I think it's only temporary. There's been quite a turnover of staff since Liza's been associate editor. She says she likes to try them out.
Richard, how would you feel about offering Bill his old job back?
Well, I'd be delighted, but he's quite happy where he is, isn't he?
Well, at the moment he's in bed and he's not happy at all. The German publisher's pulled out. Bill's been made redundant. It's taken it rather hard, I'm afraid.
Well, when did this happen?
A few weeks ago.
Well, he should have phoned me.
Yeah, but he's so knocked out by it. It's as much as he can do to get out of bed. He hasn't rung anyone.
Well, Liza's still working here. I thought you'd always hated the idea of Bill working with Liza.
Yes, I could spit at the thought, but I just think the most important thing is that Bill gets his job back, even if Liza is lurking in the foreground.
I feel she won't be with us for long.
I've prayed for that day.
She's restless, you know.
Yes, unfortunately, restlessness is rarely fatal.
I'm just blessed that for one brief moment I held this exotic butterfly in my hand. How lucky you are, Faith, sharing your life with the one you love. Another bottle of house wine?
No, I've got a meeting at 1:30. I must go.
I'll just have a large brandy then.
Don't you think you should be getting back to the office as well?
And nobody will miss me.
Richard, I hate to bring up an old cliché, but don't you think you should pull yourself together? You and Bill seem to be having a hard time of it at the moment.
I'll give him a ring. We lost souls must cling together.
Hello.
Do you fancy Knocky?
Oh, glad you got your old energy back again, then. Any calls?
Your mother wants to know where to send Joe's birthday card, and Sharon from Warmfront PLC wants to measure me up for replacement windows.
Oh. Anyone else?
Richard called and offered me my old job back.
Oh, Bill, that's terrific.
Not necessarily.
Oh, why not necessarily?
Well, Liza's still there for a start, and I know you'd hate it if I was working with her again.
I don't think she'll be there for long.
Well, how would you know?
Well, you know what she's like.
Yes, I do.
And, well, word sort of gets around, doesn't it, in offices?
So who'd you hear it from?
What?
Well, that Liza might not be there long.
Oh, well, it could have been almost anyone. I'm up and down at Vista all the time.
I thought you were mostly at Hearth and Home these days.
Well, yes, I am mostly, but today I wasn't.
Oh. So who'd you bump into then?
Well, who said I bumped into anybody?
Well, you must have bumped into someone to discover that Liza was thinking of moving on.
Yes. Oh, well, Richard, probably.
Oh. When did you see Richard?
Well, we sort of had lunch.
Sort of. He invited you to lunch?
No, I invited him. Yes, actually, now I come to think about it, it was Richard who told me that Liza was probably thinking of me.
I see.
He's in a terrible mess. He really needs you.
So you set this up, did you?
Set what up?
You told him I was unemployed.
No, I didn't.
Did it not occur to you that I might want to do my own job hunting? That I might ring Richard up myself if I wanted my job
Well,
back?
excuse me, but you haven't had the energy to ring the speaking clock.
No, I've got my residential social worker to do it for me.
Oh, stuff the job. I did it because I was fed up with seeing you looking so down, and because I wanted to see you happy, and because you've been such a pain, and because I love you.
I'm sorry, Faith. I told him I'd take the job.
Oh, Bill! That's wonderful. You didn't feel pressure from me, did you?
Yes.
Oh, good. You were supposed to. When do you start?
I'll go in on Monday. I think we should spend the weekend house hunting.
Do you?
This house is too big now. There's just the two of us.
And the dog.
And I think we should move. I know it's your house and it's where your children grew up, but I think we should have a place that is ours and not just yours.
I agree.
Is it my birthday?
So, what sort of place are we looking for?
Well, we only really need a large flat.
Well, with a garden.
I thought maybe one of those penthouses overlooking the river.
Yeah, but the dog won't like the lift.
A ground floor penthouse, then.
We're going to get some details, then?
I already have.
Oh.
There we are.
Cheers. These look awfully posh. I'm not sure I'm ready to move up market yet.
Well, you'll have to brush up on your vowels.
What do you mean, Gav?
It's all right. I'll tell the local residents that I picked you up from the gutter.
Oh, I say, look at this. They'll get a bit of a shock at River 78 when Joe comes to stay.
Yes, well, I don't suppose they've had many Spurs supporters past that doorman.
Mind you, he's probably changed a lot, you know. When teenagers live away from home, they mature a lot.
Hey, Joe, some game. Be serious, Clayton. I didn't even take my sweater off. At home, I'd be well knackered.
Say what?
Leaving there forward, unmarked, near the penalty spot, in a dead ball situation, just smacked of disorganisation of the worst sort.
Does the guy speak English?
The guy is English. I did warn you of the dangers of a five-man defence. What occurs is, in midfield, it's too poorly manned and then wallop.
Wallop?
Exactly.
Well, maybe we just weren't psyched up enough.
You play like girls.
Hey, dude, watch your face.
Take it easy, Chaz.
If only my videos worked in this country, I could show you some real football. Tottenham, Liverpool.
Yeah, and what's so great about that team?
Tottenham and Liverpool.
Oh, two teams, right?
We are talking glorious crosses, pinpoint passing, artistic interception.
What are you saying? You English guys play better than us.
It's a different class, Chaz. You don't study the game.
We know enough.
OK, the World Cup, what does that mean to you?
Are we talking tennis? Golf?
Get a life. There's only one World Cup, and it's football, and you're hosting the next one.
Oh, well, that's cool.
But how can you host it when you don't know the first thing? You guys play American football. You dress up like astronauts because you're scared of a real game.
And you're so tough, right?
Shin pads, mate. That's all there is between us and the opposition. Shin pads and ball skills that make you geezers look like you're playing with lead boots.
Let's see how we do against the guys from Orlando tomorrow.
We'll walk it.
Evening, Richard.
Liza, come and have a drink. I want to talk to you.
I'm meeting somebody I can't stop.
Oh, just for a moment.
Have you been here all day?
Well, of course not. I went back to the office this afternoon to phone Bill.
Bill?
Well, Bill McGregor, you know him.
Of course I know him. I was married to him.
I've asked him to come back and work for us.
Bill's coming back to Vista.
Pity you're thinking of moving on.
Well, I haven't entirely decided.
Well, don't go, Liza. I need you close to me.
I prefer not to be close to you, Richard. You smell like a late-night tube train.
I think about you day and night. In my office, in my bed.
Well, obviously not in your bath. You're looking disgustingly unkempt these days.
And whose fault is that?
I'm not responsible for your personal hygiene.
Come to my bedsit in Sydenham.
I don't think I've ever had such an unattractive invitation in my life.
I've got a new put-you-up.
It's not enough.
Is there still a chance for us?
I do not consort with ruffians.
If you don't want me, nobody shall have me.
Yes, well, you're probably right.
I mean, I shall drink myself to death.
Jolly good. Well, I must be getting on.
If only you knew what I'm going through. I just can't smile without you.
How dare you quote Barry Manilow at me?
His music has been my consolation.
And you seriously think we have a future? Oh, get up.
I've been up, down, trying to get the feeling again.
Let go of my foot.
Who are you meeting? Not that callow youth from Forward Planning.
Oh, hello, Duncan. Richard. You know Duncan, of course. Our managing director.
I like the second one best, the one with the jacuzzi.
Didn't have any curtains.
Yeah, but you don't need any curtains when your neighbours are on the other side of the river. Nobody can see you.
Yes, they can. From a boat.
Ooh, you mean they're going to row ashore, shit up your drain pipe and laugh at your loofah, do you?
They might.
I thought the mirrors on the ceiling were rather exciting.
They were to reflect the light from the river.
I've never had mirrors on my ceiling, only cobwebs.
Are they the same cobwebs you've always had, or have you re-cobwebbed throughout?
Oh, I can just see us on that terrace of an evening as the sun sinks slowly in the east.
West.
The river lapping beneath us, the seagulls wheeling above, 2 large dry martinis.
A bowl of maggots and a piece of string. I'll have to catch the supper. If we buy that place, we won't be able to afford to eat.
Did you leave the lights on?
No, of course not.
They're on upstairs as well.
It's either burglars or Hannah's back.
Please let it be burglars.
Don't you buy peanut butter anymore?
What the hell are you doing here?
I've come back home.
Hello?
Promise you won't have a go at me.
No, I'm not promising anything.
It's been building up for ages.
You've been sent down.
No, I haven't, actually. How come that's the first thing you think of?
Because that's the worst thing that can happen. If you haven't been sent down, the news can't be so bad.
Oh, yes, it can, can't it, Hannah?
Depends.
You're not pregnant, are you?
No, Mum, don't panic. Haven't got a boy into trouble.
Well, so what's left? You haven't decided to throw it all up and join the circus, have you?
Sort of.
Well, explain!
Mum, stop looking at me in that tone of voice.
Oh, come on, Annie. Your mother's about to lift off the launch pad. Get on with it.
I've decided to take a year out.
When?
Now, this is the start of it. It's not just me. Loads of people are doing it, and their parents understand.
Do they?
Yes. I'm not ready to commit myself to 3 years of study. I'm just not enjoying it.
Oh, and enjoyment is everything that matters, isn't it?
Yes, it's important.
So what are you planning to do?
She is going back for the new term.
I am not, and that's final.
You going to get a job?
Yeah, I thought do some temporary work, you know, save up and do a bit of travelling.
Oh, where are you going to live?
Here, of course.
There's no of course about it.
It won't be forever, just until I get myself sorted.
Hannah, you are sorted. You are at university. Why do you want to get unsorted?
Faith, calm down. There's no point in shouting.
It doesn't have to be a point. I just want to.
Saw this. You thinking of moving?
Yes. We're looking for a flat.
Because we no longer need a house this size now that you and Joe have left.
Oh, don't mind me. Quite fancy a luxury riverside apartment.
Do you mind getting that bill? I won't be taking any calls for a while. I can't trust myself to be civil.
Well, we've never trusted you to be civil.
Don't you say another word.
Hello?
Hey, Bill. How goes it?
Don't ask.
How's Florida?
Hot. How's the dog?
He's fine. How are you?
Well, I've got a bit of a problem.
Oh, well, look, can you just keep it for a week or two?
Say what?
Oh, nothing. So, what is this problem?
Is that Joe?
Yes.
Got a problem?
Possibly.
Well, can I talk to him?
Why not? At least he can't turn up on the doorstep.
Joe, what's up?
I've broken my leg.
You've broken your leg? Where?
In Orlando.
Very funny. I mean, where is it broken?
Well, somewhere between my hip and my ankle, I guess.
How did you do that?
Playing football. These guys are animals.
Did your father take you to the hospital?
Yeah.
I've had x-rays.
And what did they say?
Well, the bottom line is, Mum, that it's going to take a couple of months to heal, so there's no point in staying here.
What are you going to do, then?
Well, I'll come home.
Coming home?
I've been thinking
About this for a while. I'm missing a lot of things.
Oh, you're homesick.
I can't wait to get back.
To us?
To White Hart Lane. The Spurs playing at home next weekend.
Oh, Bill, I'm sorry. Best laid plans of mice and men?
Don't stand a chance in this family.
Oh, listen, if I'd thought for a minute that they were going to come back here
You
to
wouldn't
live...
have been in the least surprised.
Yes, I would.
Well, I wouldn't. Since we've been together, I've learned that when one door closes, another one opens, and usually one of your offspring appears.
I know it's harder for you, a bit.
Quite a bit.
But I was looking forward to moving into the flat, too.
Are you?
Of course I was. I'm as disappointed as you are.
No, you're not. I got my job back. And I have a new home, fresh start. It'll never be just the two of us, will it?
Oh, Bill, it will. I promise you,
Oh,
honestly.
it's all right, I understand. It's just a bit of a shock. One minute it's martinis on the terrace, the next I'm fighting for my place in the bathroom again.
Look, they won't be here forever. We could move into a flat next year.
Why don't we just change the locks when they go out?
Take those papers off the table.
Can't do, Mum. I'm looking for work now that my sporting career has been cruelly terminated.
You are going to go back to school and take your A-levels.
You're joking. I'm not going back to school uniform and dinner money. No way.
What are you going to do without any qualifications?
What he's always done, irritate people till they give him money to go away.
Take a pill
You're going to take your A-levels and follow your sister to university.
and straight out again.
She's going back to finish her course.
Maybe, once I've taken a year out.
Oh, I don't believe this. A couple of days ago, you both had your future sorted out and you were
Happy?
miles away. now you're both here and I've got all these extra potatoes to do.
Oh, that's totally serious.
Joe, lay the table, please, will you?
How can I walk around the table with this?
It's easier than doing it with both legs in plaster.
And we know you're going to use this scratch to get out of doing anything.
This is a compound fracture.
Hannah, will you lay the table then, please?
Is this what it's going to be like all the time?
It's not going to be in all the time, is there? Because you won't be here, will you?
Won't I?
No, you'll be out looking for a bed sitter.
Oh, thanks for telling me.
Oh, good call. Say goodbye, Scud.
And so will you, Joe.
Not.
Certainly. If you're not going to go back and finish your education, then you'll have to move out and find a job.
So nice to come from such a caring background.
Would you throw out your own son?
Yes.
Even when I'm incapable of looking after myself?
That's got nothing to do with your broken leg. You've always been incapable.
Listen, I don't want you two to assume that just because it's easy and comfortable at home...
It
that
isn't.
that you can live here indefinitely. Bill and I have our own lives to lead.
What, without us cluttering them up?
Yes. I've been a mother too long.
And now you want to be a sex symbol.
I want to spend some time alone with Bill.
Doesn't look as if he wants to spend time with you. Where is he?
He's not back yet because of the crowds.
Where? In the pub?
No, here.
What you having?
Callum, I'm just off.
A pint of brain damage for me and whatever Bill's drinking.
I've got to get back. By just a half. You all right?
That's just a little stiffness.
Well, Liza kicked you.
Playfully? Have you seen Liza lately?
Unfortunately, yes.
Did she mention me?
No.
Ah, that's a good sign.
Is it?
Well, you're not afraid to show her true feelings.
Liza has never been afraid to show her true feelings, and you've got the outpatient's appointment to prove it.
Bill, the most powerful love affairs begin with conflict.
It wasn't a love affair. You did a little job of work for her, and she fired you.
I can read body language.
Unfortunately, not fast enough.
Bill, could you sub me out? I've come out in the wrong trousers.
Yes, I was thinking that myself.
We're family. It's all right, my cousin's paying. It's just a Thursday.
Yeah, is that when your gyro comes?
No, I'm working.
You? Working?
I'm not stupid, Bill. I know I'll need some money if I'm to win Liza back.
Not some money, Callum. Big money.
So I'm in the property business.
Oh, I'm impressed. Buying and selling?
Extending.
You mean like the Sainsbury wing at the National Gallery?
12 Sycamore Avenue. I'm erecting a conservatory for Mr. Stubbings.
Oh, yes.
Why, he fancied a bit of peace and quiet.
An escape from the world.
No, just from Mrs. Stubbings.
Since when did you become a master builder?
Well, I've got this book, you see, a step-by-step guide, so if you need any alterations done.
How much do you charge for bricking teenagers into wall cavities?
I thought they'd left home.
Oh, no, they're back. Faith and I were going to buy a flat. All space and light, only one spare room. But that's all off.
You must be gutted, Bill. All those plans you had for chasing Faith around an empty house, making love on the rug by the fireside.
And my plans are on a slightly more modest scale.
What? Leaving the light on?
Ah, family lunch. How nice.
More like a family barbecue. Where have you been?
I met Callum in the pub.
You could have phoned.
Still having the same arguments, I see.
Hi, Bill.
Oh, welcome back, Joe.
Thanks. You're the first person to say that.
Really? What did your mother say?
She said this is flaming inconvenient. Look,
Well, it is. Will you please take your foot off the table?
I'm just showing Bill my plaster.
Yes. A long time since we've all been round the table together.
Not long enough. I'm sorry. It's lovely that we're all here together so unexpectedly.
No, you glad to be back, Joe?
Well, the food's better in Florida,
Thanks.
and the people are nicer.
Charming.
But there's no place like home, eh?
I'm afraid not.
Well, since we are going to be living under the same roof, we think we need a few rules, don't we?
Do what you say and don't argue.
In a nutshell, yes.
So what's new?
What is new is that I am going to have the builders in.
Why?
To build an all-weather football pitch down in the back garden?
Build a self-contained flat for me over the garage.
If we are not allowed a one-bedroom flat, I am going to build a conservatory.
What for?
So I can go there for some peace and quiet.
What if I don't want a conservatory?
Tough.
Don't you two have some unpacking to do?
I thought we were having lunch.
Lunch is off. You're up early.
Yeah, I'm just off.
You've decided to go back to university? Oh, great. Hannah, I knew you'd see sense.
No, I'm going to Caroline's. I've got all my stuff.
Why?
She said I can stay there.
No, I mean, why are you going to Caroline's?
Because you don't want me here. You've made that pretty obvious.
Oh, I was just fed up because you both turned up.
Yeah, I think we both sort of got that idea, Mum.
And because I have to think about Bill, Hannah. I mean, he was a bit overwhelmed.
Bill's been perfectly fine about it. You've been the rat bag.
Well, I'm the one in the middle. I'm the one that has to keep everybody happy.
Oh, you think you're keeping us all happy, do you?
Because Bill hasn't got any children of his own, I just don't want him to feel pushed aside when you and Joe appear.
Bill's likely to make it clear if he feels pushed aside, Mum. I don't think he needs a spokeswoman.
All right. Well, of course you can stay here. I'm sorry I went over the top.
You did.
All right, I've said I'm sorry. Look, Bill is my future. I have to look after that relationship. You and Joe will go off and find your own partners and live your own lives.
But not just yet.
No. Apparently not.
Good night, Richard. Great to be back in harness.
More like the knacker's yard.
What's the matter?
How many years have I worked for this magazine group?
I don't know, Richard. How many years?
A lot. I started Vista Magazine, built up its circulation, and what do I get?
What do you get?
They've sacked me.
I don't believe it.
Officially, I've resigned. They didn't give me any choice.
Why?
Apparently, I've let things slide, whatever that means. They said I was drunk in working hours.
Well, Faith did say you were knocking it back a bit.
Nonsense. I only spent a few hours in the wine bar.
Yes, but every day. So what happened?
Well, the managing director came into the wine bar when I was having a conversation with Liza.
Well, so what?
Well, I was holding onto her ankles at the time.
He was not impressed.
I don't think he minded that. He didn't like me calling him a cad and a bounder for taking Liza out to dinner. They've given me 2 years' money and luncheon vouchers till the end of the month.
So has he appointed a new editor?
Oh, yes.
Anyone I know?
Richard, have you cleared your desk yet? This is my office now, you know.